another skin.
Wallace. The Cats had the upper hand in the first round of the season, and they breezed home by some 28 points at VFL Park, although their last half against Fitzroy on Monday made them difficult to select this afternoon. Jack Edwards and Peter McKenna were our commentators for this afternoon's encounter, and tonight we pick up the game at the start of the final quarter. It's Hawthorn leading by 26
On
points.
7 big lead from Princes Park, the game between Hawthorn and Geelong. Hawthorn leading Geelong by 26 points. That frightened a few supporters, I bet. There's Burn up high, but beaten on that occasion, and the umpire said a free kick will go to Big Flanagan of Geelong. Very promising young ruckman, kicking high. Mew tries to get the front berth, and a good mark taken too. It's by Alderdice, who got hurt early in the game, had to leave the field, but come back on.
Lovely looking kick too, looking for Jacko, over the back. Kicked off the ground, was that by Hawthorn? It was, so that's only a point going on the board there to Geelong. And they need to get a move on. They've moved on to 10-10. Hawthorn on 14-11, but 2 goals at the end of the third quarter. One by Curran and one, a beautiful goal by Lee Matthews, made a big difference to this game. Hand pass from Russo, one of the best men on the ground, finds John Kennedy. Judge has been an excellent player on half-forward. He's only kicked 1 goal, but gee, he's been in everything. There's Lee Matthews flying for it. Lee's been fairly quiet, although he has kicked 2 goals. Buccanaro can't twist and turn like he used to be able to before that knee operation.
Didn't have much chance there though, Peter. He was collared right on the line. So the boundary throw-in taking place in Hawthorn's forward pocket. Hawthorn 95, Geelong 70, 25 points the difference. Loveridge missed that on the way through. Matthews got it back out. Morgan got a hand pass working. Geelong tried to get the ball working up the flank. There's a chance there for O'Keefe. Couldn't bend down to pick it up. Lester Smith gets it out to Tuck. Tuck, a great kick normally, puts it on its way. It's floating into the forward pocket. He didn't quite get onto that one properly and has got through for 1 behind.
Yes, Tuck is a great kick, as you said, Jack. In fact, Tuck in the second quarter here was decked twice, and he even had another bloke had a go at him. I don't know why they pick on poor old Michael Tuck for, because he's not noted for his aggressive play. He's a very fair player. Flanagan has battled very, very hard today in the ruck. He and young Deere have had a tremendous, Greg Deere had a terrific duel. There's a hand pass by Hocking over there to Terry Bright. Bright runs towards the centre of the ground. He's looking towards half forward. He's looking there for Alderdice. Taken away by Lester Smith. He's played very well in the second half. It's Scratch O'Neill to O'Keefe. It's knocked out of his hands. Over to young Paul Couch. He hooks it back towards full forward. Jacko in front. No mark. Play on, said the umpires. Ayres tries to knock it out. There's Jackson. Drops the ball. Play on, said the umpires. It's kicked back towards the half-back line. Rodney Eade has been a very good player. He hooks it wide. Was it out in the full? No, it finds the man who has played an excellent game in Russo. Now, that was delayed reaction, that one.
Well, the boundary umpire evidently had given the indication.
He's the same one that was over here and gave that shocker.
Oh, well, yes, well, that shocker that you talk about when he gave the ball out of bounds when it wasn't. Well, maybe it was the same. Maybe he's got double vision. I don't know. Oh, well. Schultz got a hand pass working. It's Hawthorn players just tap it on in turn. Then Robertson uses a bit of pace. Got nudged out there, too. That could have been a free kick against Bruns. Ball over the boundary line now, but off the boot of Brereton, and must have bounced just prior to going out. So Byrne will do the ruck work against Big Flanagan of Geelong. Big Michael Byrne, who started on interchange bench, gets it down.
Oh, you're gone, Bernard.
He is, isn't he? Gone for all money, the umpire said was held to him there.
Yeah, Bernard Toohey, who seemed to have his number taken in the second quarter, as has the other Geelong player on screen there in Neville Bruns. So 2 Geelong players reported today. As we see, Michael Tuck has been an excellent player. Over to Russo. Russo back to Robertson. There they go. Too slow, Robertson, but he is a beautiful handballer normally. On that occasion, it was too long for Buccanaro and over the line and out of bounds. But Hawthorn's teamwork just too strong at the moment for Geelong.
26 points between the teams, with Geelong leading and Brereton getting in front. That was a beautiful tap down by Flanagan, though, to Bruns. Bruns didn't hold it. Out towards Neil. He gets the hand pass. He can't accept it. Russo can't take it either. Taken away by Geelong's number 4. Terry Bright up towards Ablett, playing it very coolly out there. Ablett slips it. He's about to get around. Could have been a free kick to Hawthorn there, I thought, but Ayres picks up now and goes downfield to find Curran. Curran gets a hand pass in the direction of Chuck. Wasn't a good one. Now Curran tries to make it good himself. Picks it off the ground to Brereton. Brereton having trouble picking up. He's collared by Bruns. Got a hand pass in the general directions of the goals. Down towards Loveridge. Could have been a free kick to Neil too, but the umpire said play on. And now we see a pack forming up and about.
I get the distinct impression that Hawthorn would just be happy today under these conditions, very, very blustery, northerly blowing, to get away with the 4 points today. It hasn't been an exciting game as we see the ball coming back through Tuck. He's been an excellent player again. Hocking was caught by Lee Matthews there. Lee's had a fairly quiet day except for the fact that he has kicked 2 goals.
Boundary throw in. Brereton doing the ruck work. Morgan can't get rid of it the way he wanted to, and the umpire said it might be a free kick to Morgan, and he's going to have this free kick from the back pocket. Hand passes to Bruns. Bruns runs into a pretty formidable opposition there in Brereton, but the kick coming up towards Byrne, he couldn't handle it properly. Schultz got a hand pass out, and Geelong a chance to come forward now through Williams.
Greg Williams onto the left foot. He doesn't kick too often. He normally handballs. This is to Andrew Hughes. Hughes to Couch. Couch has been a very good player today as he breaks away, kicks it high. A chance for Jackson. Over the back, there's Jacko. Gets a hurried kick in. Back it comes towards Hughes. Oh, swings onto the left foot beautifully, Andrew Hughes. And what's he done? He slammed it through. Lovely goal to Andrew Hughes. The Cats needed that one. They've moved on to 11 goals. 10-76 to Hawthorn, 14-12, 96.
And I'm just looking at that scoreboard. They're showing 13-10. Oh, they're changing it now back to 11. You frightened me then, Peter, because they had 13-10 for Geelong, but it's only 11-10 as Peter McKenna told you. 20 points between the teams, and the ball back now in the centre of Prince's Park. 6 minutes, nearly 6.5 have gone in this final quarter. Geelong not without a chance. Russo getting about his umpteenth kick, kicks it up to the half-forward zone, but it's been chopped off by Tui. Tui being called by Morgan, but it elects to go straight upfield. He breaks away, he gets around Brereton, kicks long, and up they fly. Ablett went up high, couldn't take the mark. There's a pack there forming up. The ball underneath there somewhere, and we'll see a bounce.
Well, full marks to Chris Mew, because in the first quarter, Ablett was sensational. 3 goals and a couple of screaming marks. They took Russell Morris off him, and Mew has done an excellent job on Ablett ever since. In fact, he's had 3 kicks on Mew since Mew went on to him during the first quarter.
Well, the ball's at the half-forward zone for Geelong, so if they get a goal here, they could make it very interesting, Peter. And they need it.
They need a goal, and for our sake as commentators, I hope they get a goal, because then we could see an excellent game as we see it hook back. Oh, attempt by Curran there. It was kicked there by Lester Smith. And here comes Michael Coll. He's got a great turn of speed. A beautiful kick. Jacko. Oh, could have nearly marked that one. It's picked up by Overback. He's stuck. And Overback has put it through. A lovely goal by the big centre-half forward. And maybe the Cats are coming back. They've moved on to 12 goals, 10. 82. Trailing Hawthorn, 14-12, 96.
The Commodore, as it turns over 150,000 kilometres, will still be going as strong as the day you bought it. Terry Vine, the Melbourne Sun. You'll smile broadly every time you pull up at a Bowser. This is a car Australians can be proud of. Modern Motor magazine. The Commodore has more equipment, more comfort, more technology, and more value. Paul Higgins, syndicated motor writer.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia.
From NEC comes a video recorder with features that lead the way. Dual audio heads ensure the highest quality hi-fi stereo sound. 2-speed recording means 8 hours from one 4-hour tape. And NEC's 4 tape heads give you perfect slow motion and freeze.
Compare NEC's range at your retailer. Feature for feature, I reckon NEC's miles ahead.
Australia's champion in video too.
Tomorrow is Sunday Press Day, and as the Aussies and the English do battle for supremacy in the first test at Headingley, Sunday Press takes you there for all the action. Sunday Press has all the sports, including the US Open Golf and a crucial round for the VFL. After Molly's sad departure, Sunday Press tells of the other star who could be quitting a country practice. And funny lady Colette Mann tells about the first 6 months of her second marriage. The people, the sports, the action are in Sunday Press, out tomorrow.
It is 1941. Stan Graham is about to snap. On Sunday night, the shocking true story of one of the most bizarre manhunts in history, starring Jack Thompson in the greatest performance of his career. For the first time on television, Bad Blood, 30 Sunday.
too. Only 14 points between the teams on Sevens Big League. 8 minutes into the final term. Bruns about to break away with the ball, but the umpire had already played the free kick to Hawthorn.
Michael Byrne in the centre of the ground. In fact, he'll be off the ground in a moment because Greg Deere is warming up. Now, can someone take a mark? It's thumped away. That Geelong defence is very, very strong. But there's Tuck. A hand pass to the dangerous Ken Judge. Now, let's see what he can do. He goes for a hand pass back to Green. Green lines up the goals. He's offline and puts it out of bounds on the full. But, gee, Geelong, that back line, they really do pressurise well. It's just that they don't convert enough up forward.
Gee, if Geelong can move this one from the half-back line where it is now and get it up to the half-forward zone, Williams can nearly do that now. So he's saying, come past, as he's calling for someone to move.
Well, he ought to get on and kick it.
Well, he's doing that now. He was looking for someone to get across. They're under instruction to come in from this flank, that's obvious. And the mark taken by Toohey.
He's a try.
And they're playing on. He's a great player, really. A real battler. Jackson, all the dice is there. Jackson had that on his chest and dropped it. The ball on the turf. Who can get it out? Could have been a free kick to Kennedy. Ablett caught. His hand passed too late. Couldn't do anything with it. And a free kick to Hawthorn, and will be taken down there by Langford.
Yeah, beautiful pass to Mew. Mew, an excellent player. Gets it across to Loveridge. Loveridge, a long kick. Lee Matthews has been well held by young Hocking down there. Now it's Morgan. Gets it back to Hocking. Yeah, it was good football as Hocking up towards centre wing. Kennedy can't take the mark. Taken by Paul Couch. He hooks it back. Lester Smith is there. He can't get to the ball. Hawthorn pressurising. Could have been holding the ball there. Yes, I thought so. It was Gary Ayres was holding on to the Geelong player. He had control of the ball. Now here's Russo, the man of the game in my book, as Russo kicks it wide. He's a beautiful mark. Is that Malarkey?
Yep, it is.
A terrific mark by Malarkey. And that Geelong defence holding on firmly.
Yes, well, they have to hold on too and get the ball up there, hopeful that Geelong can get a couple of goals and get them back into this game. Terry Bright has become a better player since going into the back line, I think.
Yes,
Morgan,
definitely.
hand passing back to Bright. Bright now left-footed up to the half-forward zone. Can they find a Geelong teammate? No, good defence by Lester Smith to Kennedy. And Hawthorn shoot it down to Russo. Just give him a... See, you give a fella a rap, they do that to you.
Well, you know the funny thing, that would have been reported earlier in the year for wasting time.
Yeah,
it's amazing. They've just forgotten that rule as we see Russo down towards Buccanaro. But, you know, I think the umpires have decided just not to pay that free kick anymore because no one was getting rubbed out for it as we see Buccanaro.
The report, you mean?
Yeah. Across to Loveridge. Loveridge centres the ball. That's the way to kick it. Across there, that's a mark to Curran or a free kick.
Well, the umpire, he didn't actually indicate as to what it was, but he's just pointed to say Curran's free kick. Could have been either the mark or the free kick, and Curran has played well today. He's kicked 2 goals out of the Hawthorn total of 14 goals, 12, and I think this will be another one. So Curran going goalward now, putting it on its way. The kick looks good. The umpire directly up ahead. And another goal to Hawthorn, another goal to Curran, and possibly the swan song for Geelong. Hawthorn 15-12. Geelong 12 goals 10. That's 102 to 82.
Yes, and that'll make it very difficult for Geelong now. That's 11 and a half minutes gone in this final quarter. A very handy goal to Peter Curran. Beautiful kick across to the scoring side of the ground. That was a beautiful pass.
At the bounce, umpire Robertson. Umpiring today with Peter Carey. Big Deer opposing Flanagan. Flanagan got the tap. Williams from the centre. Hand passes backwards to Bruns. Bruns left puts it now in toward the half-forward zone, looking for Schultz. Thumped away. It's on the turf now, coming down to the wing, which picked up by Buse. His hand pass went backwards. It was a bad hand pass for Neil. But coming on now is Cole, giving it was a free kick to Neil in actual fact. And he will take that from the wing.
Well, a very good umpiring display by Robinson and Carey today. And there's a mark. Now, is this Schultz? I think it is. And he and Older Dice, they look... Older Dice, I should say. They both look similar. They're both very promising players for the future for the Cats. I don't think he'll make the distance from there because...
It's just about kicking right into it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just about right into the breeze.
Although the stands could give him some protection.
Well, there's a pack of players up there. It'll be surprising if anyone could take a mark from this pack. There's the kick, a floater. Oh, it's still floating all right. That is an excellent kick by Michael Schultz. He's put it through. And the Cats are back in business once again because they've moved on to 13 goals, 10 to Hawthorn, 15 goals, 12. The difference of 2 goals, 2.
Well, that was he had more confidence in his kicking than you had in him, didn't
Well, most other players from that position, as you well know, Jack, have been leaving him short all day.
he? Yeah, he got that one in very well. He put it up high, too, and it just seemed to keep going. It was a good kick. At the centre bounce, 13 minutes into the final term. 102 to 88, nothing in it. 14 points in favour of Hawthorn. Williams looking for the hand pass, has to kick, he kicks high. He is again, that's Schultz up high, couldn't take the mark that time. Free kick, the umpire said, though. He won't kick this one.
Well, a goal here, would that make it interesting?
He won't kick this one. This is Buse getting the free kick. Putting it up high, hopeful for Jackson, who's got a good position. Ablett's there, Jackson looking for the free kick. Ablett and Jackson often clashing today. Taken away by Robertson and put down towards Tuck on the wing position. Tuck doing it well, cleverly. Kicks it off the ground, puts it up towards the half-forward zone. Matthews went in, gained control of the ball. In one sense, yes, a free kick.
Yes, I thought he deserved a free kick there. Off he goes, Lethal Lee, onto the left foot. He's looking for another evergreen player in Tuck. He goes for the big hook shot, and I think he's put it out of bounds on the full. A bit of experience there between Tuck and Matthews. That'll be nearly 600 league games.
Yeah, a lot of experience, a lot of talent there between the two. And it's Tui who will take the free kick from down there in the back pocket position.
Well, give it a couple of years, 1 or 2 years, I suppose we'll see both of them out of the Hawthorn side in retirement, I would think.
Yes, it might be next year too, I think, Pete. There's the kick high, up towards Big Flanagan. Diaz there for Hawthorn. Could nearly have been paid that mark. He picks up quickly. Good football for a big ruckman and taken by Malarkey. Malarkey looking for somewhere to go. There was no one on the outer side. He's thought of Terry Bright. He's changed his mind, and now he's gone into that forward pocket at the back flank looking for Hocking. Nearly a mark too. Tapped on by Curran. That was good football. Got it away from Russo, but Russo dives back and gets it back to Lester Smith, who hooks around the flank, looking for a teammate. Little Buse goes in there, but the mark will be paid, I would think, to Buccanaro.
Gutson mark by Buccanaro. He could have really been collected there. He centres the ball, looking for Dermot Brereton. It's punched away. Back it comes to Russo, or was it Lubbridge? Over to Handley. Handley lines up the goals, and Robert Handley has put it through for a very handy goal. That hand pass was given across by Lubbridge, in fact, and Geelong are trailing. They're on 13-10-88. Hawthorn on 16-12, 108.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes now, 15 and a half gone in the final term, and the time Geelong looked like getting close to Hawthorn. That's the second goal to Handley, by the way, too. Every time Geelong looked like getting close to Hawthorn, another goal goes on the board for the Hawthorn team. Still the 20-point margin. Very dark out there, too. We must be getting a bit of rain on the way, I think. Thumped out by Flanagan. A chance for Schultz. That was nearly a throw. Neil got a hand pass working over, and it's Buse of Geelong going forward. He hooks it around, tries to keep it in play. Jackson's strength. Nearly one out on that occasion. He threw it back between his legs. The umpire didn't deem it to be a throw. We'll see a boundary throw-in taking place.
Yes, Jacko had a brilliant second quarter here at Princes Park, where he kicked a couple of terrific snap-shot goals, which really livened up the crowd. He kicked 3 goals in that quarter. He's kicked 4 for the game. Langford doing all right against him, though, at the moment, as we see Tuck, a hand pass back to Mew, who's been an excellent player. He's really played close to Gary Ablett and put him right out of the game since quarter time. Ablett, as I said earlier, a brilliant first quarter, 3 goals and a mark of the day, and a tremendous disciplined effort by Chris Mew, as we see Ayres punching the ball away. Here's a chance for Stretcher Neal. He swings onto the left foot. He kicks it back. He's looking for Jacko. Out he comes. Too slow to get there on that occasion. Russell Green's there. Oh, he's got men all over the place to kick it to here. He elects to kick it to Lester Smith, and here come the Hawks. A hand pass finds Eade. A short pass finds Buccanaro. They've got loose men everywhere, Hawthorn. Buccanaro sprints away, and he goes for the long kick at goal. Oh, boy, what beautiful football that was by Hawthorn. Capped off with a magnificent goal by Gary Buccanaro, and that's made the game safe. Hawthorn 17-12, 114 to Geelong 13-10, 88.
In the market for a van, well, you're in luck at your Nissan dealer. At $9,990, you'll save plenty on the Nissan Urban Stubby. Feature for feature, dollar for dollar, it's streets ahead. Check out the features: 15% more power efficiency, 4-speed plus overdrive, great comfort, and payload. Take a look at this. The Nissan Irvan Stubby. Save now at your Nissan dealer.
You can remove and clean the Hoover Apollo Dryer's filter without opening the machine. You can't on our main competition. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest. How is that necessary?
Spectacular event, the one-stop shop for new home buyers, the HIA Display Village.
It's the one-stop shop for new home buyers like us. One place to compare the most innovative home designs.
It's the one-stop shop.
It's the one-stop shop for people like me, darling, who just want to see the latest indoor living trends.
The one-stop shop for new home buyers, the HIA Display Village.
Tonight, following Seven's big lead, Rick and AJ find themselves set up for a stolen securities racket. Meanwhile, a hospital is no place for a black cat, especially when strange things start happening on Papa John, followed by a confusion of identities in Vanderbilt on 7.
Brereton had a brilliant first half. I think Tui's got on top of him in the second half, but he's still, battled hard, Brereton. There's Russo's been an outstanding player, but it's a free kick going here to Greg Williams. He hates to kick a ball, Greg Williams. He'll probably even be looking for the hand pass from this set shot here.
Well, I think he has to have a kick because
now he goes the short one.
A very short pass too, taken by Tuck. He doesn't have to hurry. Hawthorn looked fairly safe. Tuck puts it out wide. The pass is good, and the mark taken by Curran. He'll nearly make the distance with this breeze behind him. Curran puts it up high. It's a long shot toward goal, just off target and through for one behind only. So 17-13, 115 is the Hawthorn total, and Geelong on 13-10-88. The Malarkey must have been a long way up the field then, has to come back here and gather the ball in for the kick in from the full-back position. Malarkey not sure as to where to go. Little Buse is calling for the ball. It's a high kick up toward Tui. Brereton's there, and Brereton takes the mark.
Yes, lovely mark to Dermott. He's been an excellent player, 14 kicks, and he's taken 9 marks. So it's not a bad effort for a centre-half forward, 9 marks as he kicks it. Who's going to go for it? Tall player there for Geelong, couldn't take the mark. Let's see, Malarkey cops one in the back from Curran. He plays on over to Terry Bright. He's tried hard. Up in the air, it's all Hawthorn though. Greg Deere over the back, and Brereton nearly took his 10th mark for the game. Now it's Buse. Over there to Christensen, Marty Christensen, towards half forward. And there's Gary Ablett taking a mark in front of Mew. Now Ablett swings away. He runs to centre half forward. Onto the left foot goes Ablett, and he puts it out of bounds on the full.
Don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Did you think it was a bit hungry?
Bit hungry, all right. God, strike me. First kick for the quarter, yeah, I don't know about that bit. There's the kick in from the last line of defence down toward Flanagan, but a good mark to Chris Mew. Mew will go in toward the half-forward zone. You can see Brereton leading. He may not make that distance. It's not a bad kick. It wobbled a bit off the boot. Brereton got nearly to the flight of the ball. Bright giving chase for Geelong. Well done by Robertson. Got a hand pass downfield too. Russell Green swings back. Has plenty of time to have a look around for someone. He can see a little fella out there. It's Loveridge, but he can't take the mark. He's quick off the ground though. Loveridge tries to get it out. Can't do so, and Malarkey takes it from him, but the umpire wins out. He'll have the last say. Peter Carey.
Well, we've seen patches in this quarter of Hawthorn's brilliant teamwork as they've streamed down the ground in that formation they normally have. There's Tuck. Tuck's been an excellent player, Jack. I think you'll agree as we see Hocking.
Only since quarter time.
Yes, that's right. And he's come right into the game as Hocking gives it back to Buse. Now, Buse streams up the ground. He ought to kick the ball, I think. Now he elects to hand pass, and I think they might have messed it up.
That's
yes,
the way to fix it.
Hip and shoulder bump, but they mucked that up. They should have kicked the ball. Now it's let Hawthorn in as we see Russell Green over to Russo. Russo will go for home with the long kick. It's a long one, but I think it's all Malarkey. He ducks back. Well, Matthews put himself in. Morgan, hand pass away to Tui. Tui kicks it right out wide. Neville Bruns is sitting out there on his own. He's got the loose man if he can sneak around. Oh, gee, he gets it smothered by Loveridge. In goes Ayres. He goes in very hard after the football. Over to Marty Christensen. He'll look for Jacko. Jacko against Langford, and Jacko drops the mark. He went for it one-handed, but he picks up. No, he doesn't pick up. He's playing it on in front of him. Now he picks up, snaps it back, and he's put it out of bounds on the full, and the Hawthorn supporters behind the goal are absolutely ecstatic.
Wasn't a bad try, though. It was a very good try.
It was a good effort.
Gets it out there. It was Kennedy kicked that in, I think, and Russell Green takes the mark. Green taking plenty of time. He's in no great hurry to get it moving. Puts it down toward the centre of the ground. Bright in front. Buccanaro spoils. Over toward Robertson, who taps it down. And the umpire was what, Pete?
Played interference, as we see Bright up towards Jackson and Langford. Jacko over the back. Cop one right in the face. And Jacko, oh, he's whacked. Oh, Jacko's hit. Oh, Jacko's hit. Hit him right in the face. I think you're gone, Jacko.
Oh, he's gone. That's no doubt about that.
You're gone, Jacko. He hit is right in the face.
Well, that is 3 reported Geelong players this afternoon. Now it's on for young and old. I think that boxing career of his has gone to his head. Let's face it, look, he got a clip across the ear. I don't know how many he's given
but he
out
had the
himself.
kick and the mark, and he had the free kick.
Well, now he won't have the kick now, of course.
Oh, boy.
He won't have the kick now. It'll be taken from him. The goal umpire's got him too.
The goal umpire might have reported him as well.
He's taken his number also, so he's reported by at least 2 umpires. In fact, I can see 3 of them riding.
Oh, he's gone too for making a gesture to the umpire, I think. Yes, the umpire's speaking to him. He might be gone again.
You reckon that'll do any good? Speaking to him? Well, if Geelong hadn't lost the game just prior to that they have now, Jackson could have got that goal.
Oh, Jackson.
He's had a go at Langford.
Oh, he's having a go at Langford behind the play. Jacko.
Well, I don't think it's going to do much good.
There's the Geelong player's gone down with one to the head now. But, well, Tommy Hafey won't be too happy. 3 players...
Lee Matthews going crook there too. That's the first time I've seen him go crook today.
Well, 3 players have to front the tribunal for Geelong. That's not good news for them, as we see. Oh, we see Ken Judge down towards Brereton. Judge has been an excellent player all day, as he's had many possessions. And Jacko's given another one. Oh, boy. Langford copped one.
I think Langford's going to accommodate him anyhow.
Langford won't stand back. He copped one there.
Now, Ablett doesn't want to get himself reported.
Look, Tommy Hafey should get him off the ground.
Well, I think the runner's going out now. I think he might be gone again.
I think he's gone again.
Yes, he's gone again. Umpire Ian Robertson's writing in the book.
I think he's
There's a runner going out to him.
Yeah, another name, same name, but...
who was it, Hawthorn?
Now, why isn't Tommy Hafey taking him off the ground?
Well, I haven't seen any runner go out to him either, so I don't know. Now, what's going on in the football world? Down the other end, Joe? Yeah, that's where the ball is. I'm not too sure what happened down there. Anyhow, the ball's on the outer wing position, and the mark has been taken out there. It's been a good mark, taken by Big Greg Deere.
It's going to be a long quarter now, Jack.
Long quarter's only been going 25 minutes. It seems like it's been going 35 minutes already. But Deere with the ball, being told now to play on. He got tackled a bit high. He actually threw the ball away. The tackle was too high. Now, that's 15 minutes. You're going to get
I've been reported for that.
Time
Another Geelong player's gone.
God.
Ablett is reported for deliberately kicking the ball away, and that is the rule that came in at the start of the year.
Ian Robertson knows he's going out Monday night, so he might as well make a night of it.
Well, there's another one. 4 Geelong blokes up, and Jacko behind the play, and Langford is still going on with it. As we see Gary Ayres, let's get back to the football. Gary Ayres, but I'm very disappointed that nothing has been done on the Geelong forward line.
Nothing's been done from the Geelong box either. There's been
that's
no
what I'm
runner,
talking about.
No runner go out, nothing.
We see Robert Neal up towards the set wing area. Couch is there. It's Alderdice. Oh, he bounced the ball and was held. That is holding the ball.
The umpires don't know which way to look. They're keeping their eye peeled up to the right of screen up with the Jackson end, and they're trying to watch the game at the same time. They just don't know which way to look.
Oh, gee. A Geelong player's gone down behind the play. Matthews goes down.
Matthews in the centre.
A Geelong player went down. Matthews is down. There is... Oh, that's going on everywhere here. And Geelong player is still down.
Lester Smith's got someone down there too.
And now... The goal umpire's out talking to Langford and someone's gone again. The goal umpire has spoken to Langford, spoken to Jackson. I don't know whether Langford's gone or Jackson's gone again. I'm not sure.
Well, all I'm going to say is I don't care
This
who
is a
thinks,
disgrace.
I don't care who thinks Jackson can play football. He's virtually started all this.
Lee Matthews is being led off the ground. He's copped one in the mouth. Jackson's coming down. Have a go at him. There's Lee,
Look at
blood all
Matthews'
over his
face.
nose. Have a look at it.
Now the umpire, Peter Carey.
Well, the umpires haven't had much chance. There's no way known the umpires could have controlled that situation.
Look at
because
that. Look
there
at
were,
Matthews.
I saw 2 or 3 king hits.
Look at Matthews. I think something has to be done at the top level about this.
Neville Bruns is still nearly out to it. He's being led off the ground behind the play. He copped one behind the play.
There's Bruns is gone. Look at him.
Bruns has copped one right in the snout. He's in a bad way, as we'll get on with the football. Down towards full forward, the mark has been taken for Hawthorn. Don't tell me that's Gary Ayres down there having a shot for goal, is it?
I don't know what's
Gary
going on.
Ayres, 30 metres out for a goal. He sneaked down the forward line. Neville Bruns has been led off the ground, and Gary Ayres, unusual for Gary Ayres, he's gone down, have a pot shot at goal.
I think there's
So
something
we've seen
going on.
everything.
I think there's something going on down in the coach's box there too. The police are there. Just below us down there, there's a lot of activity.
He's missed, Gary Ayres. And, well, let's get back to the football for a moment.
Well, it's pretty hard to do that, Peter,
I
with so
know.
much going on about you, because Matthews we see taken from the ground, and we also saw Bruns taken from the ground.
Well, I had a great view of both incidents, Jack. I won't comment now what happened, but they were 2 king hits behind the play. That's all I'll say.
Right, the football's on out there, I think. The hand pass comes up. It's going to be a hard ball now to take. Taken by Neil, given up to Big Flanagan. Big Flanagan tries to brush the opposition.
Too long.
Eventually got penalised for holding the ball, and it will be a free kick going the way of Colin Robertson of Hawthorn. The scoreboard, by the way, is 17-15, 117 to Hawthorn. Geelong 13 goals, 10-88. The kick from Robertson into the forward pocket. Buccanaro is there with Curran. Taken away here by Hocking of Geelong, who kicks toward the centre of the ground. Ablett's there, can't take the mark, spoilt by Mew, who rode the bump well, got a small kick down field, down towards Big Burn. A chance for Tui. Can't do a lot with it, and we'll see a bounce taking place. The game's been going 29 minutes. It seems like it's been going 2 hours, 90 minutes.
In all fairness to Tom Hapey, as far as taking Jackson off, I think that the 2 players on the bench who are hobbling. They've brought on a player who is hobbling in Shane Williams, so obviously they had injured players. There's Tuck. Over to Curran. Curran gets it back to Buccanaro. Buccanaro looking for Robertson. Oh, gee, it's heated out there. Buse, a hand pass, but it's a free kick going back towards the half-back line where umpire Carey, full marks to the umpires. They've done their job. They've been excellent all day, umpires Robinson and Carey, and they had no chance whatsoever to control king hits behind the play.
There's the kick up to the wing position member side of the ground, a mark taken by Greg Williams. Williams of Geelong looking up to the half-forward zone, decides on a hand pass to Hocking. The ball going up towards Jackson. Jackson sets himself, can't take the mark. The ball on the turf. He's thought about tapping it underneath his feet. It's been kicked away off the ground toward Robertson. Robertson going out wide. With a chance for Judge. He's all by himself at this stage of the game, but not for long. In came Morgan. Judge dives in on top of the ball again. Picked up nicely. Got a hand pass away to Loveridge. Loveridge gets it moving, or will eventually, down to the half-forward zone. It goes down towards Bright. Can't take the mark. A chance for Tui. Tui comes away from the half-back line and kicks back towards O'Keefe. O'Keefe on the centre wing. Can't take the mark. Ayres is there for Hawthorn. He could get a hand pass back. He's being tackled. We're not in possession, and it will be a free kick.
Well, already the time clock, Jack. There it is. There's the siren. What a sensational last quarter here at Princess Park. Hawthorn have won 17-15, 117 to Geelong 13-10, 88. And oh boy, Jacko charges up the ground, and it was an unbelievable last quarter.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan VFL Premiership season.
Obviously quite a bit of ill feeling between those 2 sides before the final quarter got underway. Hawthorn came away to win the match by 29 points. I guess the fight was a draw. In the stats, Hawthorn on top in the kicks, the marks and the shots at goal, and Geelong on top in the frees, handballs and hit-outs. In the goals, for Hawthorn first of all, Curran and Brereton got 3 apiece and 2 to Loveridge, Matthews and Handley. And for Geelong, Jackson got 4 goals and Ablett got got 3 goals, and he got those 3 goals in the first quarter. Buse got 2, and Alderdice also got 2 goals. So things certainly finishing in a state of confusion out at Princes Park this afternoon. I think we might go up to Scott Palmer for a preliminary report on the happenings up there, as Peter McKenna and Jack Edwards described it, certainly a sensation at Princes Park. Scotty, what's the latest? All right, well, Scotty, our communications between him and us down here aren't possibly what they should be. We'll take a break, and hopefully we can go back to him after this commercial. We'll be back in just a moment.
Fantastic Footy Flashbacks looks at Ron Barassi, the player. Next on Seven's Big League.
Mazda believes the time has come to create the top one-tonner, the performance power one-tonner,
petrol or diesel lighter, top one,
the sedan car comfort one-tonner,
unique anti-vibration mounting, Mazda,
the precise handling one-tonner,
bigger wheelbase, more stable,
the optimum hauling one-tonner,
double skin, big load protection,
the top one-tonner, that you won't know it till you drive it, totally versatile, fully imported, all new from Mazda, top one-tonner.
It's the one-stop shop for new home buys like us. One place to compare the most innovative home designs.
It's the one-stop shop.
It's the one-stop shop for people like me, darling, who just want to see the latest indoor living trends.
The one-stop shop for new home buys. The HIA Display Village.
The new Tandy 1000 computer system, complete with desk-mate multi-purpose program, is like having a silent partner.
What do I, mate?
It collects and stores information,
Where do you want it, Johnny?
makes it instantly available,
Sure Tuesday's right?
calculates the results of your efforts,
Want to order any more?
and plans ahead for your future. It's your silent partner doing the jobs you hate. Your complete computer solution. The new Tandy 1000.
He is her greatest fan, but fantasy isn't enough. Now she must belong to him, no matter the price. Aaron Bacall stars in the first television release of The Fan, your thrilling Wednesday movie at 8:30 on 7.
And welcome back to Seven's Big League. I think we have our problems sorted out, communication-wise, between here and Scotty Palmer. And let's go up to Scotty now. That sensational game at Princes Park this afternoon.
Yes, thanks, Peter. Princes Park is in turmoil tonight. 13 reports, and Mark Jackson, Jacko, he's in 8 of them. All hell broke loose between Hawthorn and Geelong after 24 minutes had been played in that last quarter at Princes Park. Neville Bruns tonight has a fractured jaw. Lee Matthews a smashed nose. And the Cats, they're really fuming. They have Toohey on 2 charges, Bruns on 1, and Ablett on another. Gary Ayres of Hawthorn also has been booked. Both clubs have put a blanket ban on players talking to the press tonight about that incident. But it'll make headlines, all right. I'll see you a bit later.
Okay, thanks, Scotty. It certainly will make headlines, and of course we'll be having more on that during World of Sport tomorrow. Let's check the goal kickers now. Still on top today, Michael Roach. He didn't score a goal today. Bernie Quinlan got one to crack the half-century for the season. Simon Beasley only 3 for 46. Brian Taylor only 1 for 42. And Gary Ablett 3 goals for also a total of 42 for the season. Now, if you're having a punt on the football this afternoon, it came out like this in Footy Bet. Fitzroy selection 6, 5.65. Footscray selection 8, 11.15. Essendon selection 23, $3.85. North Melbourne selection $29.10, and Hawthorn selection 5 returning $5.90. And time now for a regular feature during Seven's Big League on a Saturday night. It's fantastic footy flashbacks. I think we saw the footy quad there. We might get back to it because we can come back to that in just a second. 103.85. Fitzroy, Footscray, Essendon and North selection 3, 3, 9 and 8. $103.85. Plenty happening tonight. All right, fantastic footy flashbacks. Here's Sandy.
Thank you, Peter, and welcome once again to NEC's fantastic footy flashbacks. Well, the person we're going to be featuring in our segment tonight, to the young kids, will be known far better as a coach, but he was also a great player in his time. For the kids, his coaching record is an absolute gem. He coached Carlton between 1965 and 71, and in that time took them to 2 premierships. Then he crossed over to North Melbourne in 1973 through until 1980. Again, another 2 premiership flags. Now he's with the Melbourne club and is hoping to turn his magic into the Demons and in turn bring them a flag. I'm speaking about Ronald Dale Barassi. Let's have a look at him as a player.
Goes down to the centre wing position where Bob Johnson, one hand, taps it down to Trevor Johnson. He puts it up into the centre half forward position where Brassey takes a nice one. There's a nice one as he fell. He would be about 65 yards out. I think he might be going to have a shot. No, he's looking for Roweth, and it's a nice one too, as Roweth makes lovely position in that full forward position. Nearly now he's looking for Barassi, and Barassi leading in it, and he takes a nice one. Barassi in front of Murray. Oh, nearly lost. Well, I don't think it was his trousers, it was his jumper going up. I thought it was his trousers coming down. Barassi about 45 yards out, just off from the centre. It's a nice short, it's a lovely kick. He just screws it off the side of his foot to Barassi in the forward pocket.
Barassi leading out from goal. There's some take a nice mark.
Dial it again, screws it around with his left foot. Barassi will mark right in front, about 35, 40 yards out. Dixon across to Abrahams. Abrahams can't handle it properly. Gets it in, though, to Whitten. Whitten got rid of it. Barassi's up there, has a shot for goal.
His kick is not a very good one. Right
Barassi marks, runs off his mark, keeps going. A kick up to chance to Hugh Mitchell.
Now, a drop kick to the inner side. Lovely drop kick, puts it right out in. Oh, glorious mark taken by Ronald Dale for Collingwood with this time Wayne Richardson. Oh, look at that, Barassi.
Jim Reed's there and waits for the ball. Oh, Barassi pounding.
Towards the Carlton territory, racing after this Barassi. Hall shepherds beautifully there. Hall picks up, hand passes to Barassi. Barassi hooks it in. He shapes up, he shoots through the kick angle. Oh, remarkable. In a bit of trouble there. They're still going, and Barassi comes out again. I'll tell you what, he's starting to exert some influence. Nichols!
Takes it, hand passes it again. There's a chance for Barassi. He's going to run into trouble, though. No, gets out of it slightly. Still in a bit of bother. Nobody helping him. Has a high kick in towards full forward. Jones in the middle of the pack there. No mark. Silvani pops it at goal, and it's right through.
Kicks up to the half-forward flank on the stand side. Barassi goes shepherded by Bennett, comes in. Barassi takes one bounce. A hand pass across here. Almost messed up by Gallagher. Gallagher recovers the short one to Barassi. Barassi a hand pass to Bennett. Bennett puts it through.
Oh, that was good. Backing back, but it's picked up a hand pass to Barassi. Barassi to Greenwood. Oh, it bounces high, but it's right on it. Touched, is it? They're trying to kick to this goal umpire. What is it? Yes, it's a goal.
Great to see Ron Barassi in action, a man who has now coached more than 450 games of VFL football, and I'm sure there are still a lot left in Mr. Barassi. Again, we went right around Australia for requests coming in for Ron, from Lane Cove up there in Sydney, from Airport West in Victoria, and another one from Lane Cove in Sydney, and a couple from Western Australia, also from South Australia. So once again, thanks for your letters, and don't forget, if you'd like to see your favourite star in action, then just contact us here at NEC Fantastic Footy Flashbacks. Write to us, Channel 7, Dorcas Street, South Melbourne, and put your request on the back of the envelope, and Pete, we'll look after the rest.
Throughout season 85, all letters will go into our Fantastic Footy Flashbacks barrel and be eligible to win one of 6 magnificent portable televisions from NEC. At the end of the season, all entries will go back into the barrel for the major prize draw of this outstanding 63-centimetre stereo colour television and a VHS video hi-fi from NEC, high-technology colour television and video.
Right, thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Don Rainsford. You're watching Seven's Big League for round 12. What a sensational day it was. More action coming up after this break.
North Melbourne turn it on against the Magpies. That action next on Seven's Big League.
The new Hoover President dishwasher is so quiet, it's quieter than a mouse. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
According to Karl Marx, the battle of competition is fought by the cheapening of commodities. Well, this is just poppycock. Why, it's disproved by a fiercely competitive Nashua, who've produced office copiers that give you an infinite range of facilities, automatic feeding and collating, automatically copying both sides. But then Marx also said, to each according to his needs. Nashua, your #1 choice in office copiers.
Until now, it's been thought that most 4-cylinder cars lack the power of a 6, and only a 6 can give you space. Now Mitsubishi shatters these myths, creating a totally new class of car, the magnificent new Mitsubishi Magna, challenging the power of a 6 with the unique Mitsubishi Astron Mark II engine, giving you more space than many 6s. The new Magna, a totally new class of car from Mitsubishi, car maker of the year.
They work hard, they drink hard, and they fight hard. Gerard Kennedy and Mike Preston. In the heat of a wildcat mine in the outback, they'll brawl until only one man's standing. The Last of the Knucklemen, a powerful Australian movie, Monday, 8:30.
Today's game at Victoria Park between Collingwood and North Melbourne gave the Roos a chance to get even with the home side, who defeated them by 38 points in the first round that was under lights at the MCG on March the 29th. While the Kangaroos were still missing Keith Gregg and Wayne Schimmelbusch from their side, the Collingwood lineup was also depleted as only 12 players in their side today played in that night game on March the 29th. Although North has won only 3 times at Victoria Park since 1970, they went into this afternoon's encounter as warm favourites, with Collingwood naming first gamer Cameron Doyle in their final 20. With me in the commentary box is Lou Richards, and tonight we pick up the action with some highlights of the first half, initially from term number 1.
We just passed the 14-minute mark.
13 points the difference. Great play by skipper Mark Williams and a goal to Brian Taylor.
A very inspiring captain, but that wasn't a great kick. He's kicked it out wide in the front position as Dawkins. Shows a bit of skill, goes for a hand pass. Williams tapped it on, he couldn't pick it up. Now he's got it. Great play by the Collingwood skipper. Up towards McCann. He's overrun the ball. It's a chance for Collingwood's first goal if he can pick it up. He gets it clear, straightens up, he fires, he's put it through. It's a goal to Taylor.
Taylor's only goal for the day, but just on 21 minutes in, Ryan and Glendinning combined for the Kangaroos.
By letting it go, Larkin spoons it out, picked up by German. Glendinning can't take the mark. Ryan, hand pass, back to Glendinning, the Brownlow medalist, fires at goal, and he has put it through for full points.
26 minutes into the first quarter, German handballs to Larkin, and North lead at the first change by 19.
The German, if he gets the run, oh, beautiful bounce right up into his arms. Larkin at half forward. Can he score North Melbourne's 4th? It looks pretty good from here. Long shot is through for 4 points.
We go into the second quarter now. 5 minutes in. Russell Dixon off the ground for the Pies.
Now it might be a goal to Dixon.
Yes, it is. Tell you what happened there. Pete McCann was a little bit casual about that. He thought that was his teammate. Now
Best on the ground for Collingwood in the first half, Ricky Barham. And what a great one-handed mark. 11 minutes in, and Holt scores a great goal on the run.
One by Lyle. Larkin may get there first. In comes Phillips and Abernathy. Jimmy Cracker onto Holt, who had a very good first quarter with 5 kicks. Holt, he could just about score a goal there. Runs his full distance, shoots at goal. It's long, it's accurate. It's 4 points to North.
At the 16-minute mark, the Cracker brothers combine.
Still Cracker over to his brother. Lightning fast reflexes by the Cracker boys, and Jimmy puts it through for 4 points.
Holt again for North Melbourne. And we see a goal coming up to German.
By McDonald. McDonald's gone for a pass to German. German shoots at goal, and that looks pretty close. I'll wait on the goal umpire. It's through for 4 points. His first goal.
Just near the time-on period, and we might say here's mud in your eye.
Passmore, there'll be a free kick to Passmore against Banks. He got one at the back. Was noted about that free kick.
Passmore left the ground. He was to later come back on.
What's he going to do? He got one a bit high. He got one across the chops.
The eye might be, Lou. Oh, look at that great mark.
Good lead by Harrington.
Taken by Harrington.
Some of the highlights from Victoria Park, the first half this afternoon. We'll take a break. Back with action from the third quarter in just a moment.
If you're in the market for a van, well, you're in luck at your Nissan dealer. At $9,990, you'll save plenty on the Nissan Urban Stubby. Feature for feature, dollar for dollar, it's streets ahead. Check out the features. 15% more power efficiency, 4-speed plus overdrive, great comfort, and payload. Take a look at this. The Nissan Urban Stubby. Save now at your Nissan dealer.
Now will the I&J Super Light Puff Pastry please rise? New Super Light Puff Pastry from Irvin & Johnson always gets a standing ovation.
To lead the competition, you need to keep your equipment and your people ready to perform at their best. That's why at Wang, we provide service and support along with our computers, so that the people and companies who use them will always be able to move ahead and stay ahead. Wang, we put people in front of computers.
And welcome back to Sevens Big League. We go back to Victoria Park now, and we pick up play at the 5.5-minute mark of the third quarter. It's North Melbourne leading by 31 points.
Steve McCann does the kicking in. He's been in great form the last couple of weeks. Pass more, left half-back flank takes the mark. Gets underneath that one a little bit. Not a long kick. Big pack of players set themselves. Jimmy Cracker just about caught with the ball. The umpire says it was held to him, and we will see a ball up. One of the instances that Bill Dever is looking at to be rewarded for a perfect tackle. That comes in, of course, that would have been holding the ball. That's too high. That will be a free kick. Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw to half forward for Collingwood. Trying to find back. Got one a little bit too high. The umpire didn't see it. Everybody else did. Picked up by Williams. A snapshot at goal. And that's just about a mark. And a goal to Doyle. That's his second goal. And a great debut by this youngster for Collingwood. He looks to have a great future. 7-11-53 to 4-4-28.
Well, that was strong play and good play on the part of Collingwood's captain that time. Hooked the ball back. I think he might have spotted him. Breaks clear of the pack. Hooks it right back over there to the pocket. And Doyle, anticipating beautifully, kicked an easy goal for his second.
Well, Collingwood keeping in the match. 4 goals down. Not a great deficit. 25 points the difference. 6.5 minutes gone. Third quarter. Sevens Big League action from Victoria Park. Now who's going to get it out of the centre? Taylor in the ruck, but it's going to be a free kick to Hodgman, is it? Now it's taken by Lyle. Lyle's gone for the hand pass. Gets it back to Hodgman. Hodgman from left of the circle down towards left half forward flank. Knock on by Jonas. McEwen and Cooper there. The umpire says it will be a free kick.
Yeah, pushing the back by Abernathy. Got him in the back feet.
Jonas to take the free kick at left half forward flank.
He's about 45 metres out from goal. Decides to go for the big kick towards the goal square. Well, there was no mark. The umpire called play on it. There's a push in the back. Now Phillips coming out. Goes for a long hand pass to Shaw. He's put off balance, but he got one in the back. Against Hodgman. And Tony Shaw to take the free kick down there in the back pocket. A short pass. It'll be okay. Marked here by E. Quick hand pass coming over Beers. Beers' kickers out towards centre half forward. The pack fly. Ramsey in the front post. That's how you play there. Kicked off the ground. Back it comes to Dawkins. He goes down. Ramsey still in the thick of things. The ball hits the deck now. The umpire's going to call play, even though they're all screaming out for pushing the back there to German, I think it might have been. But the umpire will ball it up around about the centre field area. 28 plays, 53. A difference of 25 points. The Magpies would certainly have to lift their style of football. They're going to win this match. They're not quite talented enough here. Knocked out by Lyle, doing a great job on the ruck. Smith tried to get clear. Dawkins couldn't pick it up. Down goes Tony Shaw, but he won't give it up, and the umpire will ball it up again. And we're just over the 8-minute mark of this third quarter.
Notice then that Taylor ran straight at Lyle, Lou.
Well, someone's got to put him up because he's certainly the best ruckman on the ground. The ex-basketball player, Taylor again, got that tap down. The umpire set the foot up, and Taylor not too happy about it. Going across the talk tomorrow. He's certainly not the umpire's favourite friend. The ball over the half-forward line. And Dillier marks the Phillips, actually his own man's ball. Now hand pass from Smith out to McEwen, over to Beers. Another one to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw at centre field, goes for pass. Not a good one. McCann comes out, plays the ball in front of him, goes down. Backing up well that time is Law. Law takes the ball back there towards the wing position, and a good mark taken here by German.
German, a short pass down towards right half forward flank. That's okay. It's marked down there for North Melbourne by Ryan. Ryan to full forward, tried to find McDonald. Has it puffed away by McCormack. German again. Gets a favourable bounce right on the boundary line. McEwen's attempted stunner was a good one. Over the boundary line, right forward pocket for the Kangaroos. It will be a boundary throw-in from that spot. 9.25 minutes gone. 25 points the difference. Taylor in front, palms that one down. Once again, picked up by German. In towards the 10-metre square. Eade and Jimmy Cracker. Here's danger. Did he run through, or is it a goal? It's a goal.
Oh, that was great play. They all rushed back to pick up Phil, and he just kept on going. He had an open go there, Pete.
So Jimmy Cracker putting through his second goal. It's North Melbourne 8-11-59 to 4-4-28.
He's still played a pretty good game here today. A very effective game. You watch the ball knocked out by McCormack. And pouncing on it was Cracker. They all moved back. This gave him an open goal. There wasn't a Collingwood player within 5 metres of him. Something to go and crook about it. I don't know what he's not mad about. He should have been minding Cracker.
Just past the 10-minute mark. 8-11 to 4-4 now in the third term. Collingwood doing it pretty easily. This is Demetriou, shoots out the hand pass, picked up by Hodgman. Hodgman's gone long down towards the full forward position, leading out well. It's a beautiful mark, and now he hasn't played that mark to Phil Cracker. Certainly looked like a grab. In comes Phillips, who's been pretty quiet today. Chance for Ryan. Has he dobbed that one? I think he has. That's a goal. So 2 quick goals to North Melbourne. That one kicked by Ryan. 9-11-65 to 4-4-28.
Well, North Melbourne looking really good now. They've got the game together. Just about a mark to Phil Cracker, I would say. Sumner all over his back, but the umpire called play on. And eventually Phillips couldn't get clear. Ball tapped out by Jones. I don't know whether he threw that one or not, but over to Ryan, and Ryan didn't mess about. It's a goal.
11 minutes gone, third quarter. 65 now to 28. North Melbourne a cakewalk. I think most fans expected that, though, with the undermanned Collingwood side. A free kick going to the Magpies. Brian Taylor getting it. That's a rarity.
That's about the first he's had in 7 games, I'd say, Pete.
Taylor puts Collingwood into attack.
Over their half-forward line, the Magpies badly needing a goal. Picked up the pack that time by Shaw. Down towards the full forward position. Not a Collingwood player within Dewey. There's Doyle going through for goal number 3. He's got it. Good goal. Good play on the part of Doyle. Courageous play. Well, he's doing a great job, Doyle, out there on the wing. He's kicked 3 goals. 5 goals, 4-34 Collingwood. For North Melbourne, 9-11-65.
Imagine if you tried to do everything with the one card. Now, there is a one-card way. The Westpac MasterCard. The one card that does it in one. Only from Westpac, the bank.
Hello? Melissa, hold the line, love. Would you check it again?
The problem. It has to be there, on time, or else.
Let's check that. They said they'll be here in 10 minutes.
You could hop on a plane and deliver it yourself. Or call Wards.
Tell him it's with Wards. It'll be there.
When you can't deliver it yourself, send it Wards Express. Best on the ground, best in the air.
It's as good as there.
They got it!
Beauty.
Today, the computer helps us work more efficiently. And new Ford Fairmont Gears technology is in step with today. New luxury, new comfort, information at a glance, fingertip ease. And if you choose, the power of optional electronic fuel injection. Now, feel the luxury of technology. Drive new Ford Fairmont Gear.
Down at half forward.
Just past the 15-minute mark of the same quarter, North Melbourne by 31.
Dixon shoots out the hand pass. It's all North Melbourne, taken by Ross Smith. Ross Smith back to German. German a long hand pass, back to Hodgman, who's playing a very good game, especially in this quarter. He's had plenty of possession. Ball up towards the centre wing position. That was Larkin going for a pass. Now it's down to Jonas. Jonas at left half forward, picked up by Ryan again. He's kicked 1-4. Eve snaps it back towards the centre field area, and it's a loose ball.
And there's a big race going on for the ball here. Demetriou and Smith. Smith there first, goes for a short pass. It's too long for Beers, but he's got the run. It bounces nicely. Looking for Manson up there in the goal square. He's got the set, and he's got the run up. He's going to play it now. He's set through for 1 point. Look at Manson going. Crook about that, but I think he hung on to it long enough. I think the umpire was right all the way. Goodness. Well, he's juggled it. And he's fumbled it, and he didn't hold it. So it's back in the centre of the ground. Picked up here by Hodgman. Pete said doing extremely well this quarter. Sumner couldn't hold it. He should have gone for the punch. He smothers the ball. He grabbed it. Comes back to Abernathy. He's grabbed. He's upended. A chance now for Abernathy. Goes after it again. He scoops the ball through the pack. That's the 3rd time they let that go. Down goes Barham, and he'll get one at the back of the head. Still playing a great game for Collingwood. So was Hodgman for North Melbourne. So it's Barham out there on that half-back flank position. Kick back. He's had about 8 possessions so far this quarter. Hodgman grabbed by Harrington. He's got it. Down he goes The umpire called play on. Ball picked up by the big fella Lyle. His hand pass is okay. Out it goes to Passport. A bit of pressure on North Melbourne for about the first time for the game, but they're still well in front by 30 points. No one can mark that. Knocked out by McEwen. They stack up. There's a chance for Bill Crocker. Runs to an open goal. Fires, and he's off target. And it's through for 1 point. So North Melbourne not getting it as easy as they were in the first half. 5 goals, 6-36 Collingwood. To North Melbourne, 9-13-67 as we approach the 18-minute mark of this third quarter.
Peter McCormack bringing the ball back in for Collingwood. Good long kick. Carrington. Down it goes to Jimmy Cracker. Larkin off the edge of the square. Plenty of time to steady. He's gone out wide into the pocket. And it's a good mark taken down there by Cooper, and he's got one for his corner. Too high, says umpire Morrow. I don't think any numbers being taken. Let's take a look at that incident again. And it was Barham with the forearm. He might get a 15-metre penalty. He has. And you can't argue with that decision after seeing it on the replay.
I think Ricky has been worried he's going to get reported. He was trying to explain to the umpire actually how it happened. He convinced him, and anyway, he didn't get the book at him.
Doug Cooper, formerly of the Sydney Swans, came on as an interchange player last week and kicked a pretty good goal. I think it was in the third quarter against Hawthorn. Cooper from 15 metres out. It's curving around. They'll wait on the goal umpire. I think it's a goal. It is. Cooper putting through his first goal for the Kangaroos. They're 10-13, 73. Collingwood of 5-6, 36. Well, probably would have kicked it anyway. Once again, we watched that in replay. Larkin going for the short pass. Coop making position. Barham late on the scene. That was unnecessary. Could have avoided him. He didn't have to stick out the arm because Coop had taken the mark. Coop's first goal. 19 minutes gone, third quarter. Collingwood leading. 73-36 in our match of the day. Knocked down to Larkin. Pinched by Tony Shaw. Long left footer. Up to Manson and McCann. McCann, strong mark. He has. Great form there last week too, McCann. 12 kicks to the North Melbourne defender. Ball standing right up into the breeze, up towards the half-back line. No one can take the grab. Picked up by Crocker. His kick was well smothered. Scooped out by Harrington. Back to German. Gets offloaded for his trouble out to Larkin on centre wing. North moving well again. The North Melbourne Rover goes long up towards half forward. Good mark taken by Jonas. Jonas left half forward flank. North leading 10-13 to 5-6. Jonas doesn't know where to go. Finally gets it back to Hodgman, who has a snapshot at goal and has put it through for 4 points. His first goal, and he's having a ripper third quarter. That's his 9th possession for the term. 11-13, 79 to 5-6, 36.
And we're just over the 20-minute mark of this third quarter, and North Melbourne looking really good. Jonas gets away this time from Banks, takes a wide turn. Then he ran back into trouble, but he got away from Abernathy again over to Hodgman, who's played a fine game here today, kicked the goal. '79 plays 36, and Collingwood not looking too good at this particular stage of the match as we approach the 21-minute mark of this third quarter. Taylor against Lyle. Knocked out by Taylor. Overrun the ball was Collins. A stack up here, but the umpires found a free kick to Tony Shaw. Well, this fella's always trying for Collingwood. Not saying the other blokes not, but I just don't think the talent's there as the ball goes over the half-forward line. Flying high as Williams, a great mark. Now he's about 40 metres out from goal directly in front. They certainly need this goal. Well, young Doyle's going across to have a talk to him as he takes that mark in replay. Of course, I think Williams should take a bit of advice from that young fellow. He's already kicked 3 goals. There it is on its way by Williams. And that's a goal. So Collingwood still there with a slight chance. 6 goals, 6-42 to North Melbourne, 11-13, 79.
Good evening, everyone. Tom Bennett with a news update on the American hijack drama. The Transworld Boeing is now at Algiers Airport for the second time in 24 hours. The aircraft is 1,500 metres from the airport terminal, and radio contact has been set up between the negotiators and the terrorists. The jet with 113 passengers aboard arrived in Algiers from Beirut, where the terrorists shot dead one of the hostages. It was this radio message from the pilot, Captain John Testrake, which notified authorities of the killing.
They're about to shoot a passenger, TWA 847. They are not at the radio. They're about to shoot a passenger. They just shot a passenger, TWA 847.
The body of the man, thought to be a U.S. Marine, was thrown onto the tarmac at Beirut a few minutes after. Among the passengers are 3 people from Melbourne who were named on the passenger manifest as Henderson. However, the concern is now for 8 Greek passengers, among them singer Demis Roussos, who are now under threat of death. The hijackers say they will kill each of them if authorities don't free a man arrested earlier at Athens who assisted them smuggle their weapons aboard the aircraft.
Further updates on the hijack drama as that information comes to hand throughout the evening.
Out of this hi-fi video recorder comes the best sound you'll get today. Now that's real hi-fi video.
Some cars often have trouble getting started. And can often take some time to get going. And often waste a lot of fuel. And often can't get their power to the ground quickly. But new Holden Camaro, with its new larger engine and Bosch electronic fuel injection, gets 30% more power to the road without compromising fuel economy. New Holden Camaro. For once, you don't have to compromise on anything.
At Copper Art, business is booming and they must have a bigger warehouse. So all Copper Art stores have to clear the stocks from the old warehouse. Now it's Copper Art's warehouse expansion sale. You'll save on this attractive planter pole at $19, elsewhere $20 more. Copper Art have an enormous range of planters in different sizes, shapes and designs. And your planter pole at $19 is great value to hang them on. There's also a huge selection of little brass planters. Buy one for $6 and get one free. These are a few of the big savings during Copper Art's warehouse expansion sale. Don't miss out.
If you're not watching 7 National News, you're only getting half the picture. See all the major sports events with Australia's top commentators, weekends at 6. 7 National News. We give you more than just the score.
Come on now, honey.
Isn't it bad luck when a black cat crosses your path?
Oh, my God.
Yep, it sure is.
You can't jump all this on me. Fisto, I know you're out there. The coast is clear.
What's a cat doing in a hospital?
I got a moral dilemma.
This is creepy.
Didn't we have this conversation when you were 13?
Maybe I'm allergic to cats.
That doesn't sound too healthy.
What's supposed to do?
There's some strange things happening at Memorial. Trapper John, a case of the creeps, 9:30 tonight.
North Melbourne led by 30 points at half-time, but they only increased it to 35 points at the final change. We pick up our replay now at the start of the final quarter at Victoria Park.
Thanks. All right, we're just about set for the last quarter. North Melbourne lead by 35 points at Victoria Park at our match of the day, 79-44. They've led all day. Collingwood undermanned. They just haven't been able to match it with the stronger North Melbourne side. Ball driven out towards the half-forward line now for Collingwood, picked up by Eade. Eade up towards the centre wing position, off the hands of the pack. A chance down there for Collins, but he fumbles. It's out of bounds, adjacent to the interchange area on centre wing. He's trying to pick up Glendenning. I don't think he's back on the ground, is he, Luke?
No, he never came. He wasn't back on after half-time, Pete.
So, of course, Glendenning, Gregg and Schimmelbusch out, and they're still firing. Picked up by Larkin. Larkin's kick back inside the centre square. McEwen for Collingwood now, going forward well. High punt kick up towards the full-forward position. Taylor got a couple of hands to it. The umpire has found a free kick, probably against Taylor again. It is. He wouldn't need to be Sherlock Holmes to work that out. And then it will be taken by McCann.
I think he was guilty that time, Pete.
McCann's kick to the half-back line. In fact, it's a little bit further than that, almost to centre field. Smith going through well for Collingwood. A little bit slow. Tony Shaw. Barham. Well tackled by Larkin. Out comes Banks. Beers right on the boundary line. Can't control it. And the throw-in will take place. Right half-forward flank for Collingwood. 1.5 minutes into the final term. Bob Rose told us yesterday on 7 National News he believed that Collingwood could still make the 5 if they won 2 out of the next 3 matches. Doesn't look as though they're going to be successful here this afternoon. Once again out of bounds. Jimmy Cracker unable to get out the effective hand pass, but he's played a great game today with 14 kicks. Lyle and Dalton. Smith. Ross Smith, that is. Ross Smith at centre half back, and he's a greatly improved player too.
Certainly is.
Long kick up to the half-forward line for North Melbourne, knocked away by McEwen. Phillips, 15-metre hand pass. Doyle, well caught. Phil Cracker paddles it out wide, picked up by Jonas. Cracker still running. He's got the hand pass. Doesn't bounce that well for him, but he's skillful enough to get the short pass away again back to Jonas, and Jonas marks it half-forward. Ryan it is.
Ryan out there at half-forward. Good play on the part of Phil Cracker that time. Even though he went away from the goal, this fella's in a better position. The kick by Ryan and lobs into the goal square. The pack fly. No one can take that mark. There's a snap at goal that time by McDonald. He's got it through. Yes, a goal of McDonald. That's his second. And, of course, North Melbourne move on to 12 goals, 13.85 to Collingwood, 6.844. Good. There's the kick by Ryan. The pack fly, but McDonald was first to recover as they all went to the ground, the two Collingwood defenders, and this gave him an easy break for a goal. So we're just on the 3-minute mark, and they're 41 points in front, North Melbourne, and doing it easily. Haven't been headed all day. It'll be mighty stiff to lose this match. They'll still maintain the second position. 44 plays, 85. 41 points the difference. Knocked out by Manson. Dixon couldn't get that one. He got it the second time. A hand pass coming over to Smith over the half-forward line, and Collins takes the mark out there at half-forward. Kick there, looking up there for Taylor, but he's pretty well covered. Coming across is Williams. That's a great mark. That's the second one he's taken in the second half. Kicked the goal from the last great mark he took down the other end of the ground. So it'd only be about 15 to 20 metres out. It's a great mark by Williams. He's got a lot of guts up. You know, he's an inspirational captain, this fella, Pete.
Good captain.
Great captain. A lot of guts.
Leads by example, doesn't he?
There he goes. And he's kicked the goal. So the difference, 31 points again. 7 goals, 850 Collingwood to North Melbourne, 12, 13.85.
Well, since half-time, Collingwood have virtually kept pace with North Melbourne. It was the Kangaroos' first half, so they opened up the lead of 5 goals that set up what looks like being a good win for them. And that was a fine mark, as you mentioned, led by the inspirational leader, Mark Williams. He's kicked 2 goals now. Cameron Doyle, their first game player, as their leading goal kicker. He has 3 singles to Dixon and Taylor as well. 35 points the difference. 4.5 minutes have gone. Final term. Not a straight bounce. Fisted away by Tony Shaw. Out to the centre wing position. Some soccer tactics by Barham. Almost over the boundary line. Barham's there again by G. He's still fast. Played a great first half. Only 2 kicks in the third term. Hooks it down toward full forward. Out comes Williams again. Almost runs out of bounds. Shoots it. Goal!
That's the best one we've seen here this afternoon, though. I thought he was going out of bounds. Yeah. Ricky Barham hooks the ball, and watch how he anticipates the bounce of the ball. Follows it up, grabs it, comes back to get on the right boot, right on the bounce. Now, I think the umpire's taken it off him for out of bounds. I thought it might have been out of bounds like that call.
Well, he did run out of bounds. The goal umpire signalled thus. So a little bit of a sensation here at Victoria Park. Banks can't get clear, gets dispossessed pretty quickly. In comes Jimmy Cracker. Now they're cancelling the score. The cross flags mean score cancelled. Don't often see that. Now here's...
well, he's on the boundary. Looks as though he could have been out, because his foot could have been over the line as he kicked the ball. So the crowd should have a look at that and replay tonight on the big league, Pete.
Doesn't matter if his feet are out, though, Lou.
Well, he's got the ball out there to kick it, he's out.
Yeah, well, the ball's got to be out. Pass more. German should get there first. Ball paddled over the line. Once again, we'll see a boundary throw in right half forward flank. Well, Collingwood supporters still going crook, but obviously the goal umpire didn't see the boundary umpire and could only signal accordingly. 35 points the difference. Picked up by Williams again, in towards the 10-metre square. 2 North Melbourne players spoil each other, and the ball is rushed through for 1 behind. So 34 points in it now, in favour of the visiting team. Stephen McCann will bring the ball back into play.
It certainly brought that Collingwood Social Club crowd to life, because they've been as quiet as the public library all day, haven't they?
Haven't had much to cheer about. McCann goes long towards the outer side. Just about out of bounds. In fact, it is out of bounds without being touched. And it will be a free kick to be taken out there by Dawkin.
Dawkin there at half forward, kicks the ball high up to the goal square, or just about at the forward pocket. Oh, pushing the back to McCann. The umpire didn't spot that. A chance now for Taylor to get at the bank, but he runs into a brick wall into Jimmy Cracker. A hand pass from Smith over to Jem, and there's Jimmy Cracker backing up beautifully. Takes the ball away from the danger zone, and a good mark in defence by Abernathy. Abernathy with the ball out there. A 15-metre penalty brings him up to the centre wing position. The Collingwood crowd's coming to life now after that decision. But I think you'll find the umpire was right as the ball goes out wide towards Law on the boundary line, shrugs an opponent up, gets clear, goes for the long kick up there towards the half-forward line. Phillips to the back, and a strong play. The umpire said it's a free kick because he was hanging on. Ryan with the ball now, boots it long into the forward pocket. One hand up, Manson. Comes down to Sumner and Holt on the ground again. Right on the boundary line, Holt. Sumner's there. It comes out now to Jimmy Cracker. Right on the boundary line is the opener. The umpire said it'll be a free kick. It'll go to North Melbourne's Holt.
Holt down.
Against Manson. He got him too high. As a matter of fact, he got him right on the ear. And the Holt will take the free kick about 40 metres out from goal. He's out there to the left foot. He swings the boot right across the body. It falls short. They all missed that one. But backing well there was McCormick to take the ball out wide. Ricky Barnes got the start. He was going to pick it up. He does. He's been well on top of Demetrio, shaping up till he is the best player on the ground. The ball falls short, tapped on by Beers, and the ball is still in play. Ball pushed out that time. Over it goes to Ramsey. It falls short. They missed that. It comes back to Ricky Barnes again, but he must be pretty tired. He's still there. Gets a good hand pass out to Abernathy. Collingwood gets the ball over their half-forward line, but there's the ever-reliable Law to take a good mark in defence.
Law on the edge of the square. Gone down towards the half-forward line, trying to find Jonas. Coop on the bottom of that stack up and gets, well, you can almost say a charity free for in the back. He's on top of the ball. Coop goes for a pass. Out towards Demetriou. Demetriou plenty of time to fire the hand pass at Jonas. Jonas steady, shoots at goal, and he'll pop it through for an easy goal to North Melbourne. His first, and North Melbourne going right on with the job. The scoreboard 13-13, 91, Collingwood 7-9, 51 at Victoria Park.
You're watching Seven's Big League, part of the Nissan VFL Premiership season.
And that was North Melbourne's first win at Victoria Park since 1979. The scoreboard says they won it by 43 points. In the stats, we check on them now, and we see that North Melbourne pretty well on top in most departments, excepting the marks at the match this afternoon. The goal kickers for North Melbourne, first of all, and 4 players finished up with 2 goals apiece. Now for Collingwood, and it turned out like this. Doyle got 3, and Mark Williams got 2. Now, of course, had he been allowed that goal in the final term, it would have also been 3 goals. And there was some discrepancy. Some people said after the match that the goal umpires discredited Collingwood with 2 goals, and in fact their final score should have been 9 goals 10. Officially, it's 8 goals 10. What was your decision? After the match, I went into the North Melbourne rooms and I spoke to their big ruckman Mark Lyle and coach John Kennedy. Well, congratulations on your own game first, Mark, but it's great to be in a winning side, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good to keep winning. Just got to keep it going now.
Would you be happy with your own form this year? Because compared to 1984, you seem to have moved up a few notches.
Oh, yeah, I'm reasonably happy. I thought I struggled a bit today. I've been reasonably happy with my season, although there's always some aspect you want to improve. And I realise there's still got a lot of work to do.
What have you been working on in your game in the last few months?
Everything. No, well, obviously ruck work. I mean, that's what I'm out there to do. So I've got to work my ruck work, marking around the ground, trying to keep mobility and overall fitness. I've got to be able to run all day and be playing as well in the last quarter as I am in the first.
But the atmosphere in the club this year must be marvellous now that you've won so many games in succession.
Yeah, it is. It's a great atmosphere. Like I say, we've got to keep it going, but it is a really good feeling at the club. Something that I suppose a lot of people, a lot of great footballers never got to feel, but I'm really enjoying it at the moment. But like I say, we've got to keep going.
John, I guess it's always nice to win at Victoria Park.
It's always hard to win at Victoria Park, and today was no exception. Even though the scores might not have shown that, I think it was a very hard game, and I thought that whilst North tackled well, I think Collingwood tackled well, and at no stage did Collingwood sort of give it in. They just tackled all the time, and I thought it was a very hard game.
How hard was it to motivate the players after last Monday's memorable clash?
Oh, well, I think that the players have their own motivation. They look forward and they hope to win each week, and they strive to win each week. And really, unless players can grasp that, well, they're not going to get very far,
I guess it's always harder to win when you expect it to be successful, isn't it?
Yes, but that's the trademark of a good side. The really good sides can come up with everybody's saying that they're going to win, and they do win.
One of the greatest coaches, John Kennedy, sporting a cold and a new overcoat. Back with more in just a moment.
Reports, injuries, and who said what. Scott Palmer's got the lot. Next on 7's Big League.
Some people leave their heart here. Some people leave their ill. I'll never ever leave my San Francisco hills. It's a golden gate, it's off Toledo by day, steam crowd late at night, and jazz by the bay. San Francisco, you're home, but I think this beer they can't beat here.
The great cities of the world know a great beer when they taste one, and they know Foster's Lager.
Like a cat in the night, the fog creeps over the line. Foster's Lager, it's got the flavor. They're taking it all around the world.
If you think all small cars are just about the same, you're just about right. Same styling, performance, price. But if you think one small car just has to be a little better, you're absolutely right. Nissan Pulsar, sedan and hatch. The small car that stands out from the flock.
Come and join Nissan.
Anyone can create a product. But it takes an ingenious and dedicated people to take that product and develop it to its ultimate. NEC Computers, the power of Japan.
It's time to check the two scores of the matches not televised this afternoon, Richmond and Essendon, and a very convincing win to the Bombers at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, successful by 81 points. Van der Haar got 5 goals for Essendon, Terry Danaher 4, and for Richmond, Palm got 5 goals. Fitzroy and Melbourne out at VFL Park this afternoon, and Fitzroy finally showing some form that got them to the finals last year. They won by 34 points. Pekin got 3 goals for Fitzroy, Templeton and Newport got 2 each for Melbourne. All right, match tomorrow, Sydney Swans and St Kilda, and you'll see that match straight after World of Sports at 5 minutes past 2. Hope you can join us for that. The Sydney Swans and the Saints, they certainly look evenly matched. Well, there were sensations, of course, out at Princes Park this afternoon, as Scotty Palmer mentioned earlier. Let's go up to Scotty now for his full report. Scotty, the sporting editor of the Sunday Press, once again, good evening.
Good evening, Peter, and welcome viewers to the Sunday Press. We're putting together a pretty sensational newspaper for tomorrow. All Hawthorn and Geelong players have been silenced by their club tonight. They can't talk about that riot in the last quarter at Princes Park. There were 13 reports, and Mark Jackson, he's got 8 of them. He was booked for striking Ayres, Langford and Mew in that sensational last quarter Barney. Other Geelong players reported are Tui on 2 charges, Bruns on 1 and Ablett another. A few cats were pretty hostile on lethal Lee Matthews out there today. Geelong coach Tommy Hapey's only comment when asked whether he'd ever seen anything like it in his days of football was only in the bush. He has Neville Bruns with a fractured jaw, while Matthews himself has a broken nose. I wouldn't dismiss repercussions from this series of incidents today. Football betting throughout Australia has been thrown into confusion over the goal that was taken off Collingwood by the umpires at Victoria Park. The Magpies swear they finished with 9-10, with 3 players kicking majors in the last quarter, but the umpires said it was only 8 for the match. The Magpies are going to protest immediately to the league. 2 bad injuries out there today. Neville Shaw of Collingwood has a dislocated breastbone. It's 6 to 8 weeks for him. And North Melbourne's champion Ross Glendinning has a strained knee, and it could be a lot worse. The Kangas have their fingers crossed on that. Bobby Rose said the Magpie mistakes let North in for 6 early goals today. It was disgusting, he said. Footscray's Mick Malthouse was staggered. That was Carlton's lowest score against the Bulldogs. It was also his club's highest winning margin against the Blues. Malthouse praised the work of Neil Cordy on Ken Hunter today and Rick Kennedy on Rhys Jones, as well as Phil Malin, who did well against his old side. Carlton's David Parkin said he rated Footscray up with Hawthorn, Essendon and North Melbourne. And he said, quote, "We are just a struggling side at the moment. We've now used 43 players for the season. Parker knows still has his eyes on 5th place. So too does Richmond's Paul Sproul after that debacle against Essendon at the MCG. It was the Bombers' first appearance at the Melbourne ground since the grand final, and they loved it, according to coach Kevin Sheedy. However, the Bombers have lost Glenn Hawker. He's got hepatitis and could miss between 3 and 8 weeks. Sproul said Essendon was the best side Richmond had met this season, and they were now the yardstick for the Tigers from now on. Paul Vanderhaar was reported for wasting time out there. Only 14,000 people saw Fitzroy down Melbourne at the VFL Park today. Ron Barassi said, "We were disappointed, but we just had to throw the kids to the wolves today. The Demons were injury-ridden," he said. Robbie Walls isn't thinking about the finals, but he was pleased, however, with Laurie Serafini's return to form at full-back. Back to you, Peter.
Thank you, Scotty. Full details of those reports in the Sunday Press out tomorrow, and I dare say it promises to be a memorable edition. Don't forget, next football on Channel 7, apart from tomorrow, of course, is the Foster's Cup quarter-final on Tuesday from VFL Park. Footscray versus Fitzroy, match time on 7, 8:30. Hope you can join us for that. You're watching 7's Big League, the edition for round 12. We'll take a break. Back with more replay in just a moment.
It's the showdown of 4th and 5th. Footscray versus Carlton. Coming up next on 7's Big League.
Do you know how many home appliances National makes? Talk about lots of friends around the house. And I got to show them all to you in one commercial. All of them? Here goes.
No matter how you plan to spend your retirement, one thing you're going to want is security. And that's exactly what Westpac's Club 55 offers. An investment package that gives you a high rate of interest paid monthly. Free advice on anything to do with your retirement or your money. Excellent travel benefits. And free access to all the advantages of our national electronic banking system. Most of all, it gives you a secure start to the rest of your life. Club 55 from Westpac, the bank.
At the Western Oval this afternoon, Footscray 3rd played host to Carlton 5th. On paper, a fairly even matchup and subsequently quite a good crowd in attendance for the game. The home team certainly started favourites as they'd beaten the Blues on the past 2 years on their home ground, while earlier in the year at Carlton they won by 30 points when Simon Beasley finished up with 9 goals. Today, the Bulldogs had regained the services of Doug Hawkins and Andrew Purser, while although Wayne Blackwell came back into the Blues lineup, they were forced to replace Wayne Harms and their skipper, Wayne Johnston. Our replay tonight begins at the 11.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Commentators are Sandy Roberts and Bob Skilton. It's Footscray leading by 6 points.
Here's Beasley and Madden. Oh, Madden wins it nicely down to Curly Austin, who drifts it back, but straight into the arms of Alan Daniels. Having a good quarter, Sandy. 5 kicks to Daniels, who has taken considerable time to settle into this Victorian pattern. Goes long as he centres it almost into the square. Beasley got up high but had the ball fisted away. Rode comes to meet it. Alvin does the shepherding. Out towards centre wing. Robertson uses the body and it's a 2-on-1 duel and he's given away the free kick. Probably had no alternative but to try and hold up play, but Brad Hardy can run into goal here. He steadies, gets underneath the drop punt, gives it too much height. Beasley is there, Madden also, and it is the latter who takes them. No call play on. So the pressure is on the Carlton defence. Sheldon gets it out wide towards Meldrum. Meldrum sets another one up towards Silvani. The boy's got to be quick. He is. He tumbles the punt towards Blackwell, who gets a bad bounce. Retrieves it well. Spiro across to Fraser. Push it along in front. Looked for the free kick, didn't get it. So Corcomelis goes in again for McClure. He puts his body over the top, didn't try and pick the football up. And Footscray through Brian Cordy are able to zip it into Beasley, who takes the mark. Well, a bit of luck going Footscray's way. McClure should have been paid the free kick. And Footscray getting away with it after that. And now we find Beasley with a chance of bringing up Footscray's second goal. Simon Beasley.
Was it last week, Robert, we saw him goalless, or the week before?
Last week it was, Sandy.
Yes.
So he'd be out to make amends this week.
My word, he would. Well held last week.
Directly in front, only 35 metres out. And he's not goalless this week, Sandy, because there's his first. One goal to Simon Beasley, 2 straight goals to Footscray. It's 12 points to 0.
Having played almost 13 and a half minutes of his first term here at the Western Oval. Of course, the draw last week between North and Hawthorn really threw the ladder into a real mess, and now both sides here today must capitalise with a win. Well, that's impossible. So it's going to be a do-or-die struggle. 12 plays 0, favouring the home side. The Dogs kicking with the breeze. Corcomelis, Rowe. Almost had his head ripped off. Who's that at the bottom? Jimmy Edmond.
And that shouldn't have been allowed to go.
Well, it is.
Up towards Beasley, and he's got it. Play had stopped.
Well, let's take it back, Robert. You say it should not have been allowed to go on.
Well, it's okay to allow the advantage rule, Sandy, but when play has stopped, then you shouldn't allow it to go on. When the opposition stops hearing the whistle, then it should not be allowed.
So Beasley, with his second opportunity in almost as many minutes, stammering approach with a drop punt. Oh, and he's goaled again. And 3 goals clear. The Bulldogs here at the Western Oval. Carlton still to get on the board on Sevens big lead.
Quite often saying he was pushed in the back on that occasion. He's giving away a fair amount of height to Simon Beasley, and so if they're going to get long kicks like that, then Beasley will always have an advantage. Centre bounce. Justin Madden gets the tap. It's taken by Royal, and Carlton, much to the delight of the Carlton supporters, get a free kick. Madden puts the ball forward. It's Hardy all on his own. I just can't see the sense in this loose man. The breeze is not strong enough for mine. Reece Jones up high, but Kennedy wins out again. Kennedy with a long kick towards half forward. Groenewegen couldn't take the mark. Silvani tackled too high. Ball play on by the umpire. The hand pass comes out. Aitken was held. Melbourne wins out. Comes out with the ball. The left foot kicks Melbourne towards centre wing. Malin, the favourite. Malin, a shocking kick. Didn't even come off the side of the boot. Just a poor kick. So Montgomery, the player, was to take the free kick. Montgomery in the back pocket. More the halfback, thank you, playing in the back pocket. Almost a mark to Foster. Blackwell taps the ball forward. Pushed in the back is Foster. And so he will take the free kick for Footscray. Peter Foster towards centre half forward. Beasley coming out again. Got into the back. Bamber tackle, loses it. Gets it to Bahaja. Almost thrown out. It is a throw. And Beasley could be in trouble there. Taking a bit, I think he's only groggy. Got one a little bit high. Poor kick going out. Aitken beaten to it by Hawkins. Aitken dives in again. Gets the hand pass out to Rhodes. Is going to get a free kick. And now the ball goes forward. And Hardy once again, the loose man, is Simon Beasley. In a bit of bother. Looks a bit groggy. A long kick from Hardy. Montgomery's there. A good mark. So Montgomery. Beasley now. Looks as though he's okay. Not seeing too well, I don't think, but it's with Alan Montgomery towards centre wing. Smothered off the boot. Royal's kick. Silvani puts it long. Once again, Hardy on his own. The 10 on a understand David Parkin just allowing Aitken to be on his own when he's not doing much at all, and they're being cut to pieces by the spare man. So it's Royal. You can go too defensive in football, and Carlton, for mine, have gone too defensive. Brian Royal directly in front. Should make the distance. He's only 35 metres out. So Royal from directly in front. Kick from Brian Royal makes it 4 straight goals to Footscray. Carlton yet to score, or yet to look like scoring.
If you make sure the name on your tape is as good as the name on your video, then you can count on it playing back memories year after year.
You can get it riding, you can get it sliding. You can feel it coming on about 4. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Vic Bitter. You can get it walking, you can get it talking, you can get it working a plow. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
The powerful Hoover 1000-watt suction cleaners make light work of heavy housework. Smashing. That's why Hoover is ahead of the rest.
Nicely, and takes the mark. Dashing Doug wearing the number 7 to centre wing. Over the top it goes. No one at home but the good doctor. And Aitken picks it up now. Spears in a pass up towards Road on centre wing. Puts Corker-Mielitz under a ton of pressure. Scooped out the back door and allowed to go on. It was Edmund who got the handball away. The high kick by Royal gathers little distance. Alvin comes to meet it, as has an area. He does have backup support, however, through Dean. Dean puts it out wide to Glascott. Glascott puts it out in front, then recovers it, and then pedals back up towards McClure. And he's got it at the back. A good player, a great player. Sees a vacant square, so heads for home. How is the bounce going to go? Fraser Murphy came in at the last moment, dived upon it, but the ball beats him and out of bounds in Carlton's left forward pocket. Good crowd here today at the Western Oval in ideal football conditions. It's Kenny Hunter doing underneath the pack there, the Harger. Murphy caught, but I think he was over the line, and so another try to the take. Who'd you pick, Bob? I picked Carlton, Sandy. Bit worried at the moment, though. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they can do in the second term. Holding on, so against Carlton. Kenny Hunter can't believe it. Why would Hunter be doing the rough work? It's got me whacked. To the half-back line, Alvin, Malin, McPherson, and Glasgow all see it over the line. Throw in again. Purser very quickly to try and get front spot. Recovers beautifully for a big man. He does delight in this. Tumbles it over. But Madden is there, his immediate opposition. Can't take the mark. Glascott lends good support. They try and attack from that defensive side of centre wing. Gets it across to McClure. The kicking is not picturesque, to say the least. Hunter can't take the mark. And once again, Footscray will drift the ball back towards Greenawagon, only this time it goes out of bounds on the full. And will it be Madden or Glasgow? No, it'll be Madden who'll take it. Just into that left forward pocket. Again, a shocking direction because it goes straight to Andrew Purser. And there's confidence for you. Straight across the ground to Brad Hardy. Puts out the long handball to Brian Cordy. Now, Brian could stop for lunch, ring the in-laws, and still have time to get his kick. That's what he does. The doctor's there, and Aitken takes it. Plays on straight away and gets caught. Robertson gets caught. Aitken again tried to get it out for Melbourne. He's under a ton of pressure. By G. Footscray really piling it on over the head of Blackwell. He's hardly had a snip. The Harger steadies with the left foot. Swings it into the half-forward line. No mark is taken. Who's waiting down? No free kick to Peter Road, or will it be? Well, he's called it play on, down the ground. And Footscray once again will get out of trouble through Peter Foster. Foster's kick. Footscray fans looking for a free kick up the field. Melbourne coming through. Took his eye off the ball and lost it completely. So there'll be a bounce to take place. Bounce at half forward.
A few words said at quarter time, Robert.
Comes out to Melbourne this time. No worries this time. He pushes it over the boundary line.
Just about into time on, too, Bob, in the 23rd minute.
They're still probably fairly even. I think it's a 4-goal breeze nonetheless, Sandy, but there's still time for Footscray to put a couple on the board. As Aitken's kick goes straight over the boundary line. And although Aitken's picked up a few kicks down there, I just can't believe that they would allow Brad Hardy to run around for a full quarter doing as he likes. Elvin takes a nice nut. Elvin's kick. Footscray, all Footscray again. Royal goes short, looking for Bahaja. Close to the boundary line, he just keeps it in play. Good play by Bahaja, he taps it forward. Groenewagen tried to get it onto Royal. Elvin comes out. Elvin with a hand pass. Dean got the hand pass out. Montgomery puts it onto Rode. Rode's short kick. Purser takes it. Purser towards centre half forward. Beasley completely clear. 2 goals already. Simon Beasley only 30 metres out directly in front, should make it 3. Well, Carlton didn't need this one, Sandy.
Well, it's been a fairy tale start to the game compared to last week. Simon Beasley. Unfortunately, he had his father over last week, and Dad went home without a goal. Simon's making amends today, and he's put through another one. 3 on the board for the first term for Simon Beasley, and the Dogs can do very, very little wrong. 5 straight to Carlton, who have 1 behind on the ball.
Carlton came a little bit closer at quarter time. The difference at the first change was 27 points. And the Bulldogs had increased that lead to 49 points at the start of the final quarter. That's where we pick up play now. Once again, we go back to the Western Oval, and our commentators Bob Skilton and Sandy Roberts.
10-9. We go into the final term here at the Western Oval, and the home side Footscray leading by a whopping 66 points to 17. And if Carlton aren't careful, they're going to rewrite the record books here as Footscray's Phil Malin sends the Dogs into attack once again. Sewell loses out to Austin on this occasion. Just gets a short kick away. Down towards Aitken, who's back on the ground. Reece Jones, who was tried at full forward, is off. And the Blues go into attack. Up towards their half-forward line. The long kick coming from Shane Robinson down towards that left half-forward flank, but the umpire will have a bounce in that region. Now, Carlton are coming home with the breeze. Gee, they've scored 2 goals, 5. Their lowest score against Footscray was totalling 40 points. That was in 1951. Here goes Fraser, getting the handball out towards Sheldon, up towards the half-forward line, looking for McClure. At the back is Cordy. Meldrum is there also. Cordy has backup support, however, and they will get out of trouble as McPherson lends it to Hardy. Hardy had a scintillating first half, back towards the half-back flank, where it is fisted defensively over the line by Alan Daniels, and a throw-in to take place. $49 points the margin. Are they good enough, Robert, to get back into it?
I don't think so, Sandy.
Here's Royal. Up towards centre wing. And Blackwell and Hawkins are almost having a dance together, really. Hardy comes in to lend support. Hawkins can't get it to him. And to the Carlton boys' credit, he bottles it up. And a bounce will take place. Dave just trying to explain a few things to Kevin Smith. Perhaps suggesting if we could possibly look at that on what's your decision on World of Sport tomorrow.
They're being thrown up. Purser wins the tap. Picked up by Wallace. His hand pass smothered. Fraser Murphy gets one in the back. So Kevin Smith must with another game.
There's another one. Dear old Doug, he can't stop laughing, can he? He loves it. Corcomelis. Out wide. Hurried kick by Shane Robertson. Oh, Tommy Alvin, an opportunity. Fire and goal. And Carlton record their 3rd goal in the 3rd minute of the final term. 3-5 plays 10-6 on 7th big lead.
The Carlton have at least made some move to do something about it. Hunter back at full forward, Meldon on the half-forward flank, Dean down onto the forward line, Elvin onto the ball, and the players to go to defence have been Rode, Aitken, Gagan. Centre bounce. Madden against Purser. Madden gets the tap. Elvin once again. Hook towards half-forward. Dean takes it. A nice blind turn. Kick off the side of the boot. It favours Brad Hardy of Footscray. He's first on the scene. Hand passes forward. Goes after it again. Gets a nice piece of shepherding. And the kick goes up towards the half-back flank.
Free kick to Elvin.
And Tommy Elvin will take the kick on the half-forward flank.
I wonder if he's going to do what he did last week, Bob, when he had a purple last quarter.
Hunter gathers it well. Tackle, gets the hand pass in. McClure's there for Carlton. He slipped. The kick by McClure. Looks like a goal. Carlton. 2 goals in a couple of minutes. Hunter getting it across to McClure. And we're not 4 minutes into the final term. And Carlton have almost doubled their score. 2 straight goals, taking them from 2-5 to 4-5. And it's Footscray on 10-6.
We spoke earlier, Robert, of that famous Carlton burst, of which you tried to refresh my memory about, but could they come back?
I suggested you must have had a good memory, Sandy.
Who's the centre bounce? 29 plays 66, and don't worry, another one here, and things will really warm up. Purser, Malin. The Dogs want to steady things down. To Bamble on the half-forward line in front of Gagan, and he's got pace and skill, Lally. Around the flank he runs. He centres the football intelligently to Groenewegen. And McPherson's dropping back into the square as if he has the plague. But I think Robert Groenewegen fears that he may be able to make this distance.
Excellent play by Bamble, though, Sandy. That was beautiful football. He could have just blazed away, but he had a look around and saw Groenewegen streaming down the ground. And now he gives Groenewegen the chance to answer those 2 goals by Carlton. Groenewegen on and off the interchange have been skewing the day, and he and Sewell have been some good moves made by Biggie Malthouse. As Groenewegen's kick, he's hooked it, I'm afraid. No, it's 4 points. Goal umpire coming right across, but as he came across, he saw that it was a lovely kick into the breeze, and that's a good goal for Footscray to take them to 11-6-72. Carlton 4-5-29.
And Footscray going on to win the match by 47 points, as Scott Palmer told us earlier, their biggest winning margin over the Blues, and Carlton's lowest ever score against Footscray. The stats on the match this afternoon came out like this. Footscray on top in the kicks, the marks and the shots at goal, and Carlton had more frees, handball and hit-outs. In the goals this afternoon at the Western Oval, Beasley got 3 for Footscray and 2 each to Bandlet, Steve McPherson and Royal. And for Carlton, their goal kicker in the main was Ken Sheldon. Sheldon got 2 goals. A reporter at the Western Oval this afternoon was Peter Donegan, and he spoke to Brad Hardy and Andrew Purser.
Brad, congratulations on the win. A very satisfying one for Footscray, and I'd imagine a satisfying one for you personally.
Yes, most certainly, Peter. I think it's the first time we've beaten Carlton twice in 1 year, and I think it was the highest winning score, which makes us very pleased, yes.
Now, your own form, particularly in the first half, you just seemed to have the run of the ground. There was no one tagging you at all.
Yeah, well, I think that was basically David Parkin's game plan, really. They were playing an extra man in defence when we were going with a win, and that left me alone, and it took them a quarter and a half to pick that up, I think, and then they did something about it with Corcomelis and Sheldon, but unfortunately I was able to go on with this main thing.
Brad, you came over here with big raps, and you've been subject to criticism over the last few weeks, but you have had a nagging groin injury, haven't you?
Yeah, that's correct. I've only been training 1 night a week, usually a Thursday, and I think most league footy players will realise that Thursdays aren't really hard. So I've been relying on a lot of gym work and a bit of boxing to keep my fitness up.
Footscray ruckman Andrew Purser returned after an enforced holiday and was delighted to be back in a winning side.
Yeah, it was an important one for us, Peter. First up after in the second round or second half of the season, it's very important to win a few games early and consolidate our position in the side.
Now, in the ruck, you would notice that Mickey Malthouse changing the rovers on the interchange bench, and it certainly paid dividends.
Yeah, well, it's always good to get fresh legs onto the ground, and I think Tony Bahaja and Royal really appreciate having a bit of a break and coming back on, and I think it's difficult to come off the bench, but I think with all our players playing well up in the forward line, Les Bandlet and Jimmy Edmund and company and Stephen McPherson, it's a bit hard to really slot everyone up there, and I think he's taken the alternative of putting him on the bench, and they're playing well.
Andrew Purser speaking to Peter Donegan at the Western Oval this afternoon. Let's check the league ladder now as it stands after 12 rounds. Essendon clear leaders on 40 points by 6 points to North Melbourne on 34. Footscray has 32, Hawthorn 30, Carlton on 24 points in the 5 from Geelong and Collingwood also 24. 3 teams on 20, Fitzroy, Richmond and Melbourne, the Sydney Swans and St Kilda last at the moment. Next week, round 13, and some pretty interesting matches set down for decision. The game of the day appears to be out at VFL Park, and that is between North Melbourne and Footscray. Carlton play St Kilda, Essendon play Fitzroy, Collingwood play Geelong, Melbourne play Hawthorn, and the match tomorrow week in Sydney, so 2 Sydney games in succession. The Sydney Swans take on Richmond. Now, we have just through the results of the big interstate match at Subiaco this afternoon, which was seen by 28,000 people. A clear win to the South Australian side. They won by 87 points. The goal kickers for South Australia, Kernahan got 7, Malcolm Blight 6, Richard Cousins 4 and John Platten 3. And for Western Australia, Gary Sidebottom got 3 goals, Colin Waterson got 3 goals.
Makers of reliable commercial vehicles.
Into our highlights, and no, we're not at Nappy Ollington's 2-up school, but that mud did cause a few problems. Second toss, and the game was away. Brian Royal pitching in early for the Bulldogs.
Goes in after the gain, a quick step just for goal. This could be good, it could be a goal. Here's the goal.
And a delightful sidestep.
We see Royal there again. Beautiful sidestep. Can he make it 2? Fires and shoots. It's not bad. It's there. 2 goals for Royal.
Here's high-flying Rick Kennedy in the rain, but to no avail.
So a bad one.
A couple of big clashes, German and Foster. Royal and Harrington.
He went into a brick wall when he met Harrington that time. Short pass, even though Hawkins got one at the back of the ear.
Demetro and Hawker, and down goes Holt.
Germans kick a short one. Down goes
Gordy gets one from Jonas.
From Jonas. Umpire Ian Robertson coming in to remonstrate with him.
Lady Luck not smiling on the ruse. What's your decision at home? Is this a goal?
The kick is up there at the goal square. The pack fly. It's up the top.
Was it through before he kicked?
It was touched. He kicked it over the line.
1 point was given by the goal umpire. Great effort by Larkin.
Larkin again. What a ripper game he's playing.
But I'm afraid it wasn't enough for North Melbourne, and Footscray went on to take the points.
Magnificent play, Peter. Magnificent play.
Well, he's just about BOG now. Burt punches it away.
Out to Windy Hill now, and several weeks ago we saw Leon Harris in trouble after being kicked in the shin. This week it was Bernie Harris, who has appeared to have a strained knee and will unfortunately miss a few games for the Lions. He was taken from the ground and obviously took no further part in the game. So early drama there for Fitzroy, and it continued as